What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be setting up a 2-battery system in this Toyota 4Runner. Let's get to it. So what came in the box, we have the battery tray itself. We have the back panel, which actually sits back here. We've got the front panel that sits right here, right there. This is the part that goes over the top of the battery to secure it. And then a couple of different brackets. I also had all the hardware that you need right here in a bag. And with that, let's start putting it all together. Alright, looks like I'm going to have to remove this and get it out of the way in order for me to have free access to install this guy. I put all these pieces on. I was thinking that I could get it in there and wouldn't have to mess with that, but no, I'm gonna have to remove this, install that, and then put that back. Here we go. I will reach around the backside with a washer and a nut and tighten these down and not drop them. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up cinching all these down, and then this part of it is done. Just got to get the air box back in place, and that is it. Hip hip hooray. Okay. Well, that took a lot longer than I thought it would. But guess what? We got our second battery installed. Put this over here. Now tomorrow I'm going to be putting this battery isolator, this Vevor Battery Isolator. I use that in the Dakota. And that's going to isolate the two batteries from each other and allow that battery to be charged from the alternator. I'll explain more about that tomorrow. Today we're going to be a couple things. I've got these V-gate battery terminals. These are cool. I had them on the Dakota. If I could open it with one hand. And there you go. They're great because they have, not only can you link stuff up on top, but you can also unscrew the bolts here and install things in the lower part there. Things like larger gauge wire can go in these spots. Anyway, put those in. After that, we're going to get this Vevor battery isolator. Alright guys, so I got everything laid out here on the table, just making sure that we've got everything that we're supposed to have. That's what you should have in the kit right there. And I've checked everything here that we have. 7 gauge wire. I think the negative is probably more like a, I don't know, 4 gauge maybe? It's pretty thick. Anyway, I'm going to lay it out on the table and show you basically how this thing is going to be set up with the fuses in place and everything, and it'll make more sense. Alright, so if you look right here, you'll see it even has it in writing, positive start battery term post right there. So that is going to connect to that, and this is the one that's going to our secondary battery. You see I've got the fuse all set up. This is going to go to the positive on the secondary battery, and of course I'll be cutting a bunch of this off when I get that perfect length. But just so you understand, this end is going to connect right here. You can probably see it says second battery positive, and if you look here, it's got these, I don't know if you can see it, but you got these tabs that you break off so that you can run that cord in there and connect it to these posts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these ends connected where they're supposed to be with this, and then start installing them in the engine bay. So one of the cool things about this kit is they give you extra wire lug terminal connectors. So you know how I just cut that wire? Hey, I've got something to attach to it. This is how it's going to look right here. This goes to the second battery. This goes to the starter battery. And of course, this is the ground. That's what it looks like on the other side. I had to do it this way just because it was too hard to. It was going to be too hard to route this that way. It was too tight to make it through here. And I couldn't cross over to make it through here because then it wouldn't have sat flush. So this is how I had to do it. So before we go any further, let's disconnect the negative terminal. Boom. Okay, so I ran the negative and attached it to this body bolt here for the ground. Now I'm going to hook it up to that right there. Well, I think that's all I have to do. We have that bad boy hooked up. Got the wires tidied up. Here, let's light here. Only one way to find out: start it up and see if it works, or if we start a fire. So the way to find out if it's working or not, it has a red LED light that comes on. I'll show you. See that? Woohoo! It worked. Mission accomplished. Super happy. Next thing that's going to be going in is my aux beam 8-gang power panel that's going to control all the different lights that I want it to.